Hey guys, how are we all doing on this fine Friday? I'm currently in an eval trade. So yesterday's trading taught me a lot, and it taught me that I'm great at reversals, but when we are going to trend in pre-market, that is when I get hit because I will try and trace this reversal when price is actually just trending. Like yesterday, reflecting on price, we made the high of the day during Asia session, and ever since we put that high in Asia session, we were bearish. So I could not recognize that I should be trying to catch some sort of continuation trade. I shouldn't be trying to chase some sort of reversal when we've put the high of the day in already. Like, it's just silly. I should have been taking continuation shorts or not trading at all. So I still have plenty of studying to do, but I've been doing some studying on how to identify if the high of the day or low of the day has already been put in. So that's what I'm kind of working on. So this trade is a bit of a tester. I've just done it on a traded pie eval to see whether my logic makes sense. I need to come up with a good entry model for continuation trading, I think. Obviously, I can use my logic of knowing whether a range is imbalanced or not and the retrace to rebalance the range to continue. But if a range is already balanced, I think that's where I struggle to understand where a good place to take a continuation entry would be. So that's what I'm kind of testing out right now, I guess. Good morning, guys. So I am just targeting pretty much London high right now. That's what the aim is. I just want to get the max profit on this traded fight eval. Hopefully we can get that. This is a bit of a tester trade, so I'm not too mad if we don't get TP on this. I'm just taking it on an eval just in case, because I'm just that type of person. But yeah, we'll soon see whether this sort of entry model is going to work for me. This whole range is balanced already. So I'm kind of using the concept that we are balanced. We don't need to come back down here. We had this 15-minute change in the state of delivery. So after we put in this 15-minute wick, which is where my entry was, I can anticipate us to continue up to London high. We also retraced into this 5-minute fair value gap, respected that, and we've also had a 5-minute change in the state of delivery also. So, you know, I have good hopes for this trade. If this trade doesn't hit, it's going to be a good lesson anyway, because I will have to understand, okay, what went wrong here? Why didn't we want London high right now? Because so far to me, this looks like we want London high. I don't have any reason why we wouldn't take London high right now. So I'm just testing it out on an eval, seeing how we get on. Continuation trading is not my strongest suit. I'm going to be honest, it's not my strongest suit. Thank you for reminding me about my posture. Let me pin the Discord community. And there we go. Let me just start the stream on the Discord community too. Okay. Here we go. Live trading. I shall share my screen. Share my screen. There we go. We're live on Discord too if you guys want to join on there. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody feeling today? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good to go. I'm not a big fan of the huge dump because as a reversal trader, like, huge dumps are not the biggest fan of that, because I don't want to try and catch the bottom of a 1,000-point move. But I think the low of the day may have been put in already. And if we look at this hourly chart, we can also see that all sell side liquidity to the left has been taken out, other than this lunch low that we do still have intact. But we have major SMT. Where have I drawn the SMT at? Oh my gosh. Okay. Way more zoomed out than this. Where's our SMT? Yeah, we have this crazy SMT. Where is it? I'm getting confuzzled. It's like really high time frame SMT. Yes, right here. With this Asia low, like we have crazy higher time frame SMT. We had a really nice 4-hour closure, so I think we could have the low of the day already put in, which is why I wanted to catch some sort of continuation longs right now. Yeah, I would normally wait for London High to be taken and then take this to the downside, but I don't really have any reasoning to short right now, which is why I wanted to try and catch some sort of continuation long up to London High. I had good confirmation that we were going to go to London High, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to try and catch some sort of continuation. As you guys have probably seen if you've been on the stream before, continuation trades are not my usual forte. I am a big reversal trader, but I think today we may trend, so I'm just going to be super careful with price action today. This trade is on a eval because I'm not too comfortable with continuation trades, which is why I'm just sort of testing this out on an eval really, to see whether my logic makes sense, and then I'm gonna journal this and then see whether I can create some sort of continuation model which works with what I'm already trading, because I've realized trying to chase reversals when price is obviously showing me we don't want to reverse today. Like yesterday, I'm going to show you guys once I'm out of this trade, I'm going to show you the logic behind yesterday on why I shouldn't have been chasing a reversal after that London low sweep. I'm going to explain that to you. And this is just something that I've been studying this morning, and it makes a lot of sense. Now, I watched one of T-Trade's videos that he recommended to me. I posted like posted something on X, like asking for advice, like how do I identify that pre-market is going to be super trendy? And T-Trade's like recommended a couple of his videos to me, so I've been watching those this morning and making notes, and honestly, like, he sent me some great videos, because if I had watched that video before trading yesterday, it would have saved my ass completely. So, you know, hopefully I can incorporate this into my method of determining higher time frame structure and things like that. I don't mind the idea of targeting to the downside after this London high sweep, because we have this huge bearish gap, and I feel if we want to complete this whole bearish leg, we're gonna sweep this final like session liquidity right there. But the 4-hour is kind of telling me that we have put in the low of the day, especially on ES. We have this really nice candle closure, which I see as like a reversal candle closure on the 4-hour. So I'm expecting this 4-hour candle to expand, but we may just be expanding up into this 4-hour fair value gap that we have right here to continue lower. So yeah, but we have London high right here, so we can see how we feel out of this 4-hour gap on the 4-hour. I'm not actually going to draw that out on either of them, because I don't like that being the way. But yeah. Nice glasses, thank you. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that I had my glasses on still. You know what, I looked at myself on OBS this morning and I was like, why do I look different today? It's because of the glasses. I completely forgot that I hadn't put my contact lenses in yet. Maybe I'll leave the glasses for today. Can I have the video link? Yeah, let me get it up. What was it called again? It'll be in my watch history. Ooh, we're nearly at TP. Nice. Where is it? It's how to confirm daily profile high or low of day. Let me send you guys right now into the chat so you guys can watch that. I found that really useful. I know, I'm sorry, I did take this alone. I took it before I was due to come on stream, and I wasn't too confident in the trade because I'm not usually a continuation trader. I just wanted to test it out. So I apologize. I apologize. But once I'm more confident in continuation trades, I'll happily start taking those on stream. But yeah. This is on an eval. I've been studying up on some continuation trades, so I'm just testing it out. This is not on my funded. Woo, hopefully we can make max profit on this eval right now. That would be nice, wouldn't it? There's my alert for London High. What do you mean by momentum trading? Which market session indicator do you use? I use ICT kill zones and pivots indicator. No, I trade NASDAQ on DS too. I'm gonna just trail my stop up to this swing low right here, because this should be protected if we are gonna head to my TP. I'm hoping we don't just put S&T in and reverse. That wouldn't be ideal. Damn. Really? Really? I thought ES was honestly going to sweep London High before NQ. I don't like this 15-minute closure. I'm not going to lie. That doesn't look great. Damn. Guys, we might be cooked. Oh no, I'm not gonna trail 1R because it's only an eval. And 1R is right here. I'm just gonna let it play. If I either want max profit or like no profit. I don't really care when we're on an eval. S&T indicator. It's called S&T Pro Plus by taking profits. It's right here. Yeah, I'm bullish on ES until proven otherwise, to be honest. I think we will sweep London High. Full of the coop of the lot. 12 for swap. Buzzing out the bells of the box. I just hit the lick in the box. I put the stick in the box. Pull up the hold down zoo. I'ma get lazy. I used to be obsessed with Roddy Ricch. I haven't listened to him in a minute, but I used to be obsessed with him. His music, not him in general. Gotta put the stick in the box. Oh, the 15-minute closure is so gross, to be honest. The big wick with S&T. They're not ideal. We literally just touched into this 4-hour bearish gap with S&T. Not ideal at all, but oh well. I either want max profit or nothing on this trade, not gonna lie. Gonna put a stick in the box. Yeah, we swept London High. You said, I don't wipe out. I want to change my settings to look a little cleaner on this. I want these to have one. I just feel like that's cleaner. Way nicer, I feel. I'm aware we already swept London High. I am aware. If this doesn't play out, I'm not really mad, but I'm just giving it room in case it does, because this is on an eval and I want the max profit I can make. I either want the max profit I can make or no profit, like, on an eval. I haven't worn glasses on stream in a minute. I've kind of been a hater of my glasses at the moment because I had to wear them for like literally every day for like a month straight because I got a really bad eye infection from my contact lenses. Contact lenses can be so lethal. I keep getting things coming up on my For You page about people like going blind from contact lenses. Yeah, it's taking profits with a PH. You can see it right here on my screen. And I could bet that, and I really wanna know where you at. Time cast a spell on you, but you won't forget me. I've just seen someone comment that. I know I could have loved you, but you would not let me. I get you that like social media tries to scare you, but I did actually have like a really close call with my contact lenses when I had an eye. It wasn't even an infection. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was like a ulcer or something on my eye, and they basically said that it's left a scar on my eye. I'm just lucky that the scar is not on my pupil. Otherwise, it would have affected my sight. So, yeah. Good morning. I've already had it. I had my cottage cheese. I've had my protein for my breakfast. Oh. I don't like this at all. I'm not gonna lie. It's like 1 hour closure is so not nice. But then I also have to think in terms of like my reversal model, and I can't find any nice fibs which line up with London High right now. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So, you know, that's one thing, I guess. Oh. Wait, I take it back. We wouldn't have gotten entry anyways because we didn't get the 2 bearish candle closure out of the freaking London High. Wait, no, we kind of did. Wait, should I fade myself? I'm actually being serious. Wait, I'm actually gonna close this because I genuinely like feel like shorts are kind of clean. Hold up. Hold up. Scrap that. Am I fading myself? I might be. I think shorts are clean. We have so many confluences for shorts. Nope. Lucid. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. We have 2 negative 2.5. So we have SMT. We tapped into a bearish 4-hour gap. Like, I definitely think we could get a little retracement. You know? Okay, we haven't retraced yet. I'd high key want my stop loss there. No. The 30-minute. Yeah, no, I high key like this for sure. Am I gonna fade myself? If I fade myself and lose though, that's actually negative aura. That is completely negative aura. But we have 2 negative 2.5s lining up really nicely. And we tapped into this, put in this SMT rejected, and then we tapped back in and gave us our 2 bearish candle closure. I actually think we could have a little retracement. I'm gonna take this, I think. I'm gonna have to be freaking fast if I want to take this, that's for sure. Sell. Stop blouse. Oh, I have micros up on both sides. Oh, wait. That's not good. Really? But you won't forget me. I know I could have loved you, but you would not let me. Okay. Wait. Oh, fuck. I'm taking it on the not the leader account. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's here. No! Don't do that to me. No, that is so unbelievably sad. no, 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 no. Fuck. Okay, we're good. That was a close call. We got a worse fill. So because we got a worse fill, I'm still going to go break even at the same point that I would have if we got a good fill. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, we're break even already. All right. So we have way more chance of being stopped out break even, unfortunately, but because I made a mistake with which account I decided to copy trade. So, you know, we have like 2.75 points less room, which is, you know, it's okay. It's not that deep. We'll be fine, I'm sure. Because my entry should have been right here, but when you have accounts copy traded on TradeSyncer, you freaking have to execute on the leader account, otherwise it just like gets rid of your entry, which is kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. I would have been break even right now in the trade, so I just want to be break even. Oh, no. Dang it. All right. Let's see if we would have got break even anyways. Yeah, we would have. Okay, that's fine. Fastest break even in the whole world. All right, we're down $6. I can deal with that. Okay. I still have faith in shorts. So I'm gonna still have faith in shorts, but I'm thinking maybe on the hourly candle open, we may have more confirmation. I'm scared this hourly is just gonna open and sweep out London high. It doesn't look like it's gonna though, I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty bearish, what I can see. Anyways. So yeah, we have this 2.5 from this displacement leg from the post 5 a.m. and then we also have this manipulation leg. So we have like two nice 2.5s right here for our zone. As you can see, I had a different zone before. I have no idea what I had, but I had something different. Are we really gonna leave those equal highs? Really? Is that what we're doing? Okay. That's great. Yeah, let's leave equal highs so Claudia can't enter. That's so fun. Let's do that. I want to make sure I left that execution on here. Good. Okay. That's sad. I'm gonna journal this as if my entry was right there because that is the entry that I wanted. Yeah, we got break even on that. And now it's gonna fucking go without us. Great. I can't take shorts when we have these relative equal highs. Sadly. What I'm hoping for is that we come up and sweep these out with some sort of S&T and I could get an entry, but that's kind of the only possibility I could get an entry, really. Those relative equal highs are right there, and that works out with the exact midpoint of this wick right now. So that's kind of clean. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping the hourly candle, the 7 a.m. hourly candle is going to open high, sweep out these relative equal highs. And then if we get some bearish displacement, I'll probably take a re-entry. Because I still have faith in this playing out. I need to change this back to ES now. I feel like we have good bearish confirmations alongside our fib. And I just way prefer the idea of shorts today anyways. Hence why I took the longs on an eval. Okay. Yeah. I'm hoping that we come and sweep those out. That lines up with the CE of the hourly wick, and then we can get some sort of short lower. We have a lot of like trend line sell side liquidity. We have S&T inside of a 4-hour bearish gap, and we are just very, very bearish. Like if we just look at the trend, we are freaking bearish. Like I don't want to predict bottoms, even though the 4-hour candle closure does look like that this could be the low of the day, but it doesn't correlate with NQ, so oh, come on. Boom. Okay. Let's see what we get out of this wick. This is really going to tell me whether ES wants London high or not. I preferably want us to put in some internal SMT. If I can see some internal SMT be put in, I would like that. I took some longs, but I closed out early because I kind of I kind of changed my mind. I prefer the idea of shorts, I think. That equal highs? Yeah, okay. It's technically S&T. It's not quite the S&T that I wanted, but okay. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Bye bye. All right, nice. Nice. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay. Now I'm just gonna try and get in on some kind of retracement, I think. Looks good to me. I like that hourly candle open. I like that 15-minute. Yeah, I think it looks good. I think it looks good. Oh, hell no. Baby, I don't wanna know. That is too much. That is okay. Oh. Bro. I think it'll still come up. Yes, it's not rebalanced. We good. I don't usually monitor the chat myself. Usually Alan does it. I think on a Friday, Alan has to nip out for a little short period, so that's the only time I have to manage the chat. Oh, no freaking way. NQ rebalance. MNQ didn't rebalance. For fuck's sake, I hate it when this happens. I really hate it when this happens. It's really, really annoying. Okay. That's great. This is fine. I'm gonna take the rebalance of this next leg. We can get it. And I'll just have my stop loss up here as a breakaway gap. Quite a wide stop loss, so I'm gonna be conservative with where I take off some profit and where I hold till. Things like that. Right, at least the rebalance on NQ and ES, NQ and MNQ right now are equal. Because before they weren't. So I would have entered right there. Alright, it looks like we're gonna get filled, so we'll see. And ES hasn't rebalanced, but I've given room in my stop loss to allow ES to also rebalance if it needs to. So I'm fine with that. NQ, 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 NQ. So that. Did ES rebalance? Nope. Okay. What was I doing? I was doing something on NQ and I keep getting distracted and looking at ES. What I was gonna do is see if I was to take that right there. My break even is right. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh no, I'm not. That just gives it no room. I'll still stick with my 1R. I think that's fine. I just want to base where I'm holding to off the original trade rather than this extra rebalance, if that makes sense, because I don't want to overestimate what we're going to do here. Maybe I can use my fib. Maybe I should do that. Would be helpful. BE. All right. I think that area has potential. Whereabouts is that? That area is right there. Okay, we have room. I think we still may be fine to target my usual reward. I just don't feel like we're gonna come all the way down to London low. That's my issue, but we have a lot of low resistance sell side. So I'm gonna see if there's any PD arrays. We're inside this 30-minute gap right now. About on the 5-minute or the hourly. Yeah, I honestly don't know where I want to target right now. Why is there no fair value gaps? Is that a good or bad sign? I don't really know. I'm just going to stick with my usual RR, I think. Maybe take all off at 3 to be conservative. Maybe that's the better idea. And then I'll trail at 2 as usual. 2. 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. 4. Trail SL. I think the best. Why can't I see the contracts up here? Usually it says like a number. Sorry, I literally haven't looked at the chat once. I'm having troubles with my neck and my back today, like mad. Oh wow, we have 300 people on. That's crazy. Oh, my neck and my back is in so much pain. I went to physio the other day, and for like the 2 days after physio, it felt good, but now it feels like rubbish. Oh, the range from London is imbalanced. Let me see. Is this balance? I was kind of looking before and I couldn't. I don't think it. I think it is on ES, but not on NQ. I need to leave this up at one side so that my flip. I keep getting annoyed at myself while I'm editing because I always move around my screen and the sides of them. So when I'm editing in CapCut and resizing for Instagram Reels, it's just a nightmare. Okay, we have all of these. Okay. Maybe I do 0.618 of this range. I think that's probably a good plan. Oh yeah, I'm not even targeting. Yeah, with my 3R, I'm good, I think. All right. No, do not copy me. Silly. Don't copy me, that's silly. I like this trade so far. I think we took a good trade from what I can see. It was a little stressful. I'm gonna be honest, it was a little stressful, but I think we still took a good trade. So, okay. Oh my gosh, this is annoying. Do that. So I took that rebalance right there. Didn't I? And my stop loss is at this breakaway gap. All right. Yeah, I don't want the full 4R, I don't think. I like 0.618 as a final target. I think 0.618 is a good target to have. But where's 0.5? I think half off at 0.5, half off at 0.618 is a good idea. Why is my numbers right here gone? I usually have like numbers so I can decide how many contracts. No. I mean, I can just do this and do that, I guess. Yeah, that's 0.5. And then 0.618 is there. All right. I think that's solid. I can get rid of all of this now. The ferocious trader, I hate you. Hate's a strong word, and I mean it. I hate you. Bye-bye. Let me keep track of what ES is doing. Okay, ES looks good too. The ES is balanced, I think, but still. All right. Moving stop loss into a little bit of profit so that we don't end red on the day. But this is now a risk-free trade, so we'll see whether it wants to play out. I think this was a good execution. I had quite a lot of confluences, especially on the higher time frame behind shorts here. And we obviously had our typical rejection out of our CH zone, which is my pink box. And yeah, we got break even on this one. Hourly candle opened high, swept out the equal highs, pushed lower. I think it's clean. I think it's clean. Yeah, this is across my 50Ks. Let me get my copy trader up on the screen. I risked $250-ish for this trade, maybe a little bit less. Let me check. I can't remember whether I risked $250 or like 210. Oh no, I did risk, yeah, I risked 250 because I did double those contracts. Yeah, I risked $250 on this trade. I always go break even at 1 hour. Just from looking at old charts, going break even at 1 hour saves me more than it holds me back from big profits. So okay, let me get my copy trader up on the screen so you guys can see. Can we put in a 5? Any sort of fair value gap? Oh, no. No. I'm hoping we can put in a 5-minute. Yes, copy trader. Let me do that right now. But you won't forget me. Hey, I'll crop it, don't worry. I'm cropping. Yeah, so my day P&L is down because of me trying to place the limit order on the wrong freaking account. Kind of annoying, but oh well, it's not that deep. I kind of want to put that right. Is that really annoying if I put that right there or not? Oh, you guys can't even see this bit of the screen. Sorry. There we go. Is that really annoying if I have that right there? I feel like that is annoying. I'll put it over here. Just easier for my... Or I could do top right. Is that fine? For my clip. Please say I'm not going to get break even. That would be so sad. ES still hasn't rebalanced, which is my only issue. I think our possibility of getting break even is because ES is imbalanced above. I have to do... Oh, what? Hold on. Wait, what? Sorry, bear with me. Technical difficulties, as usual. Where did it go? Okay, sorry. Redo. Oh, why can't I even do it to my... Okay, I get it. I got it. Here we go. There you go, now you guys can see, hopefully. Yeah. Awesome sauce. We didn't put in a 5-minute gap. I kind of wanted us to put in a 5-minute gap. I feel like he asked me want to rebalance, sadly. Oh well, it's not over till it's over. Do you get better at trading by first getting it wrong in practice as many times as possible? I don't understand what you mean. Like prior to executing, like all in the same day, or like just in general? You definitely get better by doing things wrong. You're always going to do things wrong when you first start trading. That just like is a fact. What was I saying? Oh my gosh, what was I saying? Sorry. No idea what I was saying. Oh, in general, yeah, for sure. Like, everybody comes into trading. Fuck. All right, we got break-evened. We got break-evened again. Oh. Sorry, I'm gonna answer your question in 1 second. This is so annoying. I knew ES was gonna want to rebalance before we continue. Like, I just knew it. That is just such an ES thing to want to do. We hold this SMT and push lower, I'd be willing to take one more shot at this, and then I'd be like, right, fuck this shit. Like, it's still playing out fine. And we now have SMT. So if we push out of this SMT that we've just put in at this high, I'd be willing to take one more shot at the trade. But I feel like after 3 shots at a trade and you keep getting break even, it's like, all right, bro. Oh. I don't consider this wrong because it makes sense for me to get break even. If I get break even and I have no idea why, there's no way I'm going to take a re-entry. But this makes sense. ES left an imbalance range above, and if we're bearish, it doesn't want to leave an imbalance range above because that acts as a magnet on price, and I think we are bearish. So it makes sense for it to rebalance. It's just sad that the rebalance stopped me out break even on NQ. But if we put in this SMT and push out of it, then I'd be willing to take something. But until we have that. Yeah, these are funded trades today. How am I down? Oh, I'm down $20 on an Apex. Oh no, I'm not. How am I down $20 on one account and 50 cents on the others? That makes no sense, but okay. Sure. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Why is my indicator not working? Hello? Oh, that's why. I don't know why it does that. Okay, we have a 15-minute gap on NQ. I don't see this as shit PA personally. Like, fine to me. It can be shit PA for you and really good PA for me, and same with the other way around. It just depends on the way you trade. If I had got break even and it made no sense, I would have been like, right, I don't need to take this trade, but like the break even makes sense. ES left an imbalance range. We've come to rebalance of 0.618. We put in SMT. If we can get 2 bearish candle closures out of the SMT after ES is rebalanced, I'm happy to take one more shot at the trade because the idea is still valid. It hasn't been invalidated. We can see this hourly candle. We literally opened, came up to the consequent encroachment of the hourly wick and pushed lower. 15-minute looks really solid. Not the 11-minute. I don't tend to use the 11-minute time frame, funnily enough. My eyes look like I was crying. I haven't been crying, I just have glasses on. That's probably the difference. Why has this not come up? Oh, why? There you go. Did my hay fever go? No, I will have hay fever forever. Hay fever's tough. I think what I'll be looking for is a 5-minute CISD. The re-entry confirmation. We are still bearish. I'm gonna feed on NQ too. So this is what I was saying before. My one risk to reward break even saves me more than it stops me from gaining any profit. I can't control whether ES decides to rebalance, which is my entry, by the way. I can't control whether ES decides to rebalance or not when I'm entering on NQ. And if that doesn't happen and ES does not rebalance and leaves an imbalance range, then my break even is valid. I still want to be out break even because in my eyes, NQ shouldn't have to go back up there. But if ES needs to rebalance, these assets are correlated, you know? But I've decided my break-even point based on going back through all charts and seeing what is the most profitable point for me to go break-even. 1R saves me more than it doesn't. So that's that. We didn't get that CISD on either asset. I'm not really the biggest fan of this, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we had S&T at London High. But we swept London High on NQ prior to 7 a.m. So I am anticipating this high getting swept at some point. I just think we're going to rebalance before that happens. So I could even potentially take some sort of long, but I preferred shorts today due to the flipping crazy dump that we had. but you will forgive me. Okay, we now have another SMT. That's what I'm thinking too. I wouldn't mind the low that we put in London being the low of day, honestly, but I think we're going to rebalance, which is what I am looking for today. I would not be targeting London low just because we had this 4-hour closure on ES, and this looks like a solid closure for that to be the low of the day. We have a C2 candle closure. So, yeah. Another SMT button. All right. Well, I don't mind 2 SMTs, so I can't complain about 2 SMTs, that's for sure, but I just don't want to get chopped up in this. The 4-hour on ES. I'd like to draw a couple fibs. We have this 2.5 right there, to be fair. And we put in an SMT also, and ES has equal highs. I'm just being careful that I'm not kind of marrying my bias. We have this projection zone right there on NQ. And I'm anticipating that to get swept out, actually, now that I reflect. I want to get rid of this now. Damn, this is nice for long. Oh. Dang, longs on ES are clean. I didn't even spot that, but I'm happy I've spotted it now because it's stopping me from shorting. I don't like shorts. I personally think this is nice. I always anticipate the high to get swept out if it's put in pre 7 a.m. Yeah, this is pretty slow, to be honest. This is pretty slow. have too much shit on my chart right now. I really do. Way too much going on. I can get rid of this and this now. The shorts from the actual top were really clean. My only issue was I didn't have a too bearish closure. That's what I was kind of waiting for. Oops. I just stop. Longs off ES were clean. I like them a lot. Off this, but I did not spot them up, sadly. Right there. Boom, I think they're clean. That's hella sad, but it is what it is. You can't catch them, I guess. I would have got trailed out of these longs anyways. I would have probably moved my stop loss up to like there. Higher time frame is still definitely bearish. We're still bullish on ES. I think we should just push out of this S&T and head to London High. But if that doesn't happen, then I think we may come and rebalance, to be honest. I think higher time frame is very bearish. Like the 4 hour. That shit is not gonna come up there. It doesn't fucking look like it anyway. Looks like we're gonna get that 5-minute CISD too. I'm just forcing a trade. Like lower time frame ES to me still looks bullish until proven otherwise, but NQ looks bearish. So I don't want to force a trade. I would be mad at myself if I did that. I do think NQ shorts could play out. I really do. But I just want to make sure I'm not forcing a trade, that's all. That would have been my entry at this 0.5. I would have had my stop loss. I would have had to have quite a big stop right there, to be honest. So I would have only been able to catch like 1 to 1, 2, which I just don't think is worth forcing, honestly. Do I know why could have loved you, not let I think the best bet is waiting for a rebalance and trying to catch the longs. Like looking at the higher time frame now, like the 4 hour. Those equal lows are nice though, but see what I mean? The 4 hour on NQ looks bearish, the 4 hour on ES looks bullish, in my opinion. Days like this, I just have to be so careful that I don't force anything, because I don't think any direction is particularly clear. What is TGIF? I've heard of it, but I didn't know what it was. I don't think anything is too clear. I have to be super careful, to be honest. No, I know what it like the acronym stands for, but what does that mean? You like rebalance the whole of the weekly like range? I mean, like if I think logically on ES, we've had this C2 candle closure on the 4 hour. We've also had this 1 hour change in the state of delivery, so that should be the low of the day. So I don't think we're going to sweep London low, but I do think that we could come down and rebalance and then continue higher. So I think that makes logical sense. But obviously NQ, we've not had any type of 4 hour closure. We have not had a CISD either on the 1 hour. We have on the 30-minute though. And the 15 too. Yeah, I think I am bullish. I think I just have to be careful because of this imbalance range. I think once this is rebalanced, the idea of longs is a good idea. For sure. Trying to figure out, so longs is definitely going to be more ideal off ES. These longs might already be playing out, but I feel like he wants to come down to rebalance. I'm going to check once more that this range is actually in balance. Yep. Yes, it is. Okay. That makes sense. That makes everything make sense. That would make sense why I think NQ is bearish right now, because it still wants to rebalance. But overall, I think we are bullish on the day. The higher time frame to me on ES looks extremely bullish. So if we can find some sort of entry for buys on ES, obviously factoring in that this buy right here that I didn't take was not the buy to London highs, then I think that's the only clean trade of the day. And if ES right now just wants to run to London highs, then, you know, I think I'll just call it a day. I think this is a tricky day, but I think we could still potentially find an entry if we're patient and I don't force anything. So in my eyes, I use rebalances a lot as an extra confirmation as to why we might be bullish or bearish, but also to understand why I may have got stopped out break even, why taking the entry there wasn't a good idea. So I'm going to show you the example of the trade that I took just then and got break evened on. So this trade that I entered right here, so I got break evened right here, which is exactly where ES wanted to retrace to 0.5 or 0.618 of this leg. Obviously, if we are still bearish, then we will continue from this rebalance lower. So price always wants to be efficient. So it's the exact same concept of price wanting to trade into a fair value gap, because price wants to seek efficiency. So it trades into imbalances, fair value gaps. So in terms of rebalancing, I like to look at price in terms of like equilibrium. So if I draw out this green candle from this low right here, I'll zoom in way more so that you can see better. So if I draw out from the low to the high of this bearish candle, we can see that the 1 minute candle next to it never retraced to 0.5. So this candle is imbalanced. So I can keep dragging this out and see whether we ever rebalance to 0.5, which is in the purple. So if I keep dragging, we have not rebalanced to 0.5 at all. So the whole of this bullish range is imbalanced in my eyes. And price always wants to seek efficiency and be balanced. So I am anticipating price to rebalance this before we have the bullish move, which I'm anticipating. Because ES has put in equal highs. We have London high, the 4-hour time frame on ES, and the 1 hour looks extremely bullish to me. So I am anticipating bullish price action, but once this is rebalanced, and that's why to me right now NQ looks bearish, and it makes sense why NQ would be bearish right now because it had to rebalance. So we put in that SMT at London high, we use that 4-hour bearish gap to come and rebalance, and then that's when we actually have the bullish expansion. So I'm hoping I could get some sort of bullish entry based off my fib model, simply drawing fibs from the top, waiting for that rebalance and hoping that I can catch the trade out of it. Now, maybe I'm wrong and NQ doesn't want to rebalance and the bullish move just plays out right now. That's totally fine. I just won't have a trade for the day. I can't get a trade every day. I've had 2 attempts at shorts back into the range. They didn't play out. I got break even. So, you know, it's okay. You can't have a trade every day. I'm not going to chase anything. But if price does want to come down into here, into some standard deviation levels that make sense to me, and I would anticipate us to potentially reverse, then I will try and profit off of that for sure. Hopefully that makes sense. So we have a 2.5 above 0.5, but I don't really like that a lot. I like this 2.5 lining up with 0.705. It'd be ideal if we could pair up our fib with some sort of PD array too. But I don't know whether we're going to get that now, honestly. No, I don't think we are. Or even the 5-minute would low-key be fine. Not the cleanest. Not the cleanest. Hey, Alan. Alan is so back. Damn, it looks like we may take London high right now. That's sad. But I still anticipate us to rebalance. This is my thing, but I don't want to just like go against all higher time frame price just because I assume we're going to rebalance, you know? But we'll see. My -4, this -4. I ideally wouldn't want price to come down here though, to be honest. Because if we're coming down here, in my eyes, we're gonna sweep London low, which kind of fucks my theory of us being bullish and just rebalancing and continue higher. It also, like, this, us rebalancing and continuing higher just, like, works with my usual theory of if we sweep London high pre 7 a.m. on any asset, whether it leaves SMT or not, I anticipate this high to get swept. So we have a bunch of theory all linking together. It's just whether price wants to present that or whether price wants to just take ES to London high already. And if that's the case, I may just hop off for the week and call it a week because I've had a bit of a tough week trading anyway. I find PA particularly hard when we're trending during pre-market, like yesterday. I am boiling. I am boiling. Oh. 34 degrees C, Alan. How are you alive? Are you not dying? I would say Lucid is much better than Alpha, yeah. Especially after recent events. That's for sure. The premium plan was the one plan that I was like to everyone, yeah, that's fucking sick. The premium plan is great. It was based off the smaller manipulation fib you drew a second ago. Oh, I see. Let me see. Was it this one I had? Or was it... No. Was it this one? Did I take a trade? Yes, I've taken 2 break-evens on shorts so far. Sadly. So I'm gonna just wait. I'm no longer wanting to take shorts. I just think the higher time frame on ES looks super bullish and NQ might be just lagging behind. So I'm just gonna wait for NQ to hopefully rebalance and then take some kind of continuation longs. Why? Because everything that's happened with Alpha is not great. I understand that they're paying people out now though, which is good. But before, when they were planning on not paying people out, I was like, holy shit, like, no way. Like, how is that even legal? I have no idea. Maybe it's not legal and maybe that's why they're paying everyone out. I don't know. Okay, we're nearly at this 8 a.m. candle open, which is interesting. I'm hoping our 8 a.m. candle can kind of open, trade down into this huge hourly wick on ES, so the NQ can rebalance and then we find some kind of nice fib. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, will I get that? Who knows? We'll soon find out. But that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, we have 2 -4s. Oh, we have a -4 and a 0.618 lining up in very close proximity, which to me is very clean. Okay, I love that. I love that. That's very nice. Oh, I haven't drawn it properly. That's why. Ignore me. That could be an OB though. High key. No, it's not. I wish. Yeah, it's really not. It's like, there is a 2-minute order block, but it's not going to line up. Exactly. Perfect. Sadly. I'm trading with, I have quite a few fundeds going right now. I have 2 fundeds with Alpha, which are unfortunately on Alpha Trader. So I don't know. I might just have those fundeds as fundeds I trade in another session when I'm bored, because I just cannot bear to execute on both TraderBait and Alpha. Apparently Alpha have plans to link Alpha Trader to third-party trader copiers, so like TradeSyncer, which is what I personally use. So I think until then, I'm just gonna like fucking leave them, because it's too much hassle trying to execute on Alpha Trader and TraderBait. So I think, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but yeah, I have 2 fundeds with Alpha, I have 5 fundeds with Lucid, and I have 1 funded with Apex. Down, time cast a spell on you, but you won't forget me. I know I could have loved you, but you would not let me. We may get the rebalance, gang. Very nice. We may get the rebalance. I like this. We have this 2-minute order block on NQ. I think I prefer buys on NQ, honestly. 2-minute order block. We have that. We have this 2.5 in very close proximity to this -4. So I like this. We could wick into that and kind of use 0.618 of this range to propel us higher. I think that would be really clean. Yeah. That would be really nice. I would love that. I'd love to see that, honestly. I understand the ES looks more bullish, but as part of my rules, I tend to just take trades on the asset which has cleaner fibs, and NQ has cleaner fibs. That's all there is to it right now, honestly. Okay, to be fair, we have quite a few fibs lining up around 0.5 on ES. We have a 2.5, a -4, and a -4, giving us this area. Want to see whether we have any other confirmations which make sense for there. Not really. Not really. Oops. I don't like the idea of London low. Looking at this 4-hour on ES, that 4-hour don't look like it wants London low, in my opinion. For that 4-hour wick we'd have to get through. We could sweep out the hourly low and just bounce off that 0.5. I just think that would be really nice. Do, 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 do. I think that range makes more sense on ES. All right, we've nearly rebalanced. Love that. Love that for us. Well, I'm glad we understood that correctly. I don't think there was any entry for me to take shorts, even though I understood that shorts were going to play down to rebalance on NQ, but that's fine. I'm happy to take some sort of longs. I personally don't think we're going to come to London low right now. I think ES wants to take London high and also these equal highs, and NQ wants to take out this high that we have put in with London. That's just my opinion, though. So hopefully we can get something. Damn, really? Hey, default. I hate people who come in here and is like, this is my target for today. Mark it on your charts and remember me. Like, stop trying to aura farm, bro. You go on a live stream and with an audience and say that, like, fairs, but you're just in my comment section saying remember me, da, da, da. Like, I could go in everyone's comment section and comment random prices and say that shit too. Yeah, I wanted shorts, but I got break even twice. Mark this on your chart and remember me. It's like, bro, no. I need another coffee for this. Nice. I don't tend to trade after 9:30. I like trading pre 9:30. I've just found way more success with it. I don't know why. I think the volatility like spikes my cortisol too much, so then I can't think straight. Am I using a green screen? No, this is my office. Turn around and see me running. I still loved you years ago. The SMT indicator is SMT Pro Plus by taking profits. It's in the top left. Yeah, I've held trades through 9:30 before and I've rarely been stopped out. I just have to make sure that I'm in the trade before, like, ideally before 9 a.m. But I'll take at least half of my contract off beforehand. I don't actually think I've ever been wicked out holding a trade through 9:30. But I don't do it very often. Yeah, the short would have played, but I just don't have, like, there's no entry for me here, to be honest. Like, maybe after this SMT was put in, an entry that would have been okay, but I would have got break even again, and then I would have been really pissed off. So I'm happy to just, like, wait for price to realign with itself, because we kind of had ES and NQ doing different things. I don't like if ES is in like an uptrend and NQ's in a downtrend. I don't really like that. I like them to realign themselves, and then I feel like price becomes a little bit clearer anyway. At the sell candle after London High Sweep, that's an ICT Viper with inversion fair value gap entry. I don't know what a Viper, an ICT Viper is, I'm not gonna lie. I studied ICT. See, the thing with me, some people studied ICT and they studied ICT, like they've watched every single video and know every single one of its concepts. Like I studied ICT, learned what I felt like I needed to know, and then I stopped. I'll still watch the odd video here and there, but I don't like learning new concepts. Like I feel like I definitely have enough concepts under my belt to become consistent, but there was a time in like December where I was like, shit, I clearly don't know enough, so I started learning more shit, adding more shit to my charts, and it confused me more than benefited me, to be honest. Yeah, ICT is a long guy to listen to. He's great though. He says he does it on purpose, which is kind of funny. Like, I think listening to ICT trained my attention span so much. Like, that 2022 mentorship is long. I love that though. Like the thought of like the era when I was watching the 2022 mentorship. I think I first watched like episode 1 in maybe 2023 or something, 2024 probably. I have no idea. But just thinking back to that era, like it was such a great time. Like little did I know how much I was like getting myself in for. Like, wow. No, I haven't ever thought of trading real order flow. I get asked like every single day, you should trade order flow, you should trade this, you should trade supply and demand, you should trade that. And I'm like, bro, I have spent so many hours learning ICT. Like, do you really think I'm gonna just like suddenly be like, actually, nah, I'll just throw my hours and hours and hours and hours of work in the bin? I don't wanna know. But you won't forget me. I know I could have loved you, but they are the only 2 valid fibs on ES right now. I'll follow you back to the center of the water. I just want to check that ES is actually balanced. If not, then I'll definitely want to wait for this, but if it's balanced, then that's balanced. All right, I think it is. Yep. Yeah, we are so fine. Great. Oh. .618 of the unbalanced range and -4 of the OT at the top of London. Top of London? You mean top of London kill zone or from like 641? .640. I must have my range drawn slightly different to you. I always start my ranges from the bullish candle, so maybe that's why. Yeah, that looks kind of similar now. My HRV is slightly below usual. That's not good, is it? Because I have no coffee. That's definitely not the reason. But I'm going to tell myself that's the reason. If you start seeing your coffee, like if coffee makes you anxious, all you have to do is see your coffee as calming, as a calming drink. And all of a sudden, the coffee is no longer making you anxious. That's what I tell myself because I love coffee too much and it does make me a little bit anxious. I can't get coffee, so the thing with me is I don't actually like coffee. I like iced caramel latte that doesn't really taste like coffee. So, yeah. I like this rejection on ES. To be fair. We didn't get a green closure. Rub it. A dessert? Kind of is, to be fair. I've been starting to have agave instead because I just end up like, if I have like 2 or 3 coffees a day, which I know I shouldn't, no one shout at me, but like it's better than doing like sniff. Not that I do sniff, but you know what I mean. I saw it come up on TikTok being like me when I'm having a go at myself for having a 3rd coffee, but there's some people like doing sniff, and I was like, that's so true. I would have like 3 coffees a day and I'm just having so much refined sugar. Snake, no, not snake. Yeah, I don't think they do. That's so funny. You don't have to ask someone to see if I'm experiencing consistency. You could just ask me. I don't know what Chang is. I have no idea what Chang is. That's so funny. I've never heard anyone say Chang before. I still love you years ago. Damn, that's crazy. Here's the fib settings. There you go. That has to be the way. Maybe that's why I'm like not. Maybe that's why I've only had 2 payouts. Who knows? I like this out of the midpoint of my gap. I'm going to start calling it the CE of my gap. Not even a gap, it's a zone. It's a zone. Okay, we retraced a 0.5 of that already. I don't personally sniff, but if you do, I guess I'm not judging. No, I am completely judging, actually. No, please don't close your freaking door just because of me. That's silly. Right, so it's high key already rebalanced, so I would like actually have to be in right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just wait a hot sec, because wow, this is stressful as heck. I like that, and I like something like that. Probably going to have to enter on both. Gosh, stressful times. Nope, I mean sell. Eight, nine, 10. Ugh. Why is it not letting me do that? Oh my gosh, I'm literally buying. I'm actually like not okay. No, what are you doing? You fucker. I'm just gonna have to risk. That's such a bad, like, I'm hardly risking shit. Let me see if I can do my old, I don't think I can. Nah, that's gonna be too much, but if I do this. Fuck. I do. Ah! Okay, we're fine. And then, help. I think that's fine. Yes, this is okay. No, you have to fill the limit. Don't be in. There you go. I like this buy. Let's see if we can get a win on stream for the week. We've had a tough week. We had a great week and then we've had a tough week. But this makes sense to me why we would go long here. So that is what we are doing. If you like the idea of longs here, then that's great. But if you don't, that's also fine. But you don't need to tell me in the chat. Please feel free to not tell me in the chat. Because, as a matter of fact, it's not going to change whether I'm in the trade or not. Are you fucking having me on? I'm gonna rage quit trading. I'm kidding. I love trading. I love taking 3 losses in a row. That's exactly what I love doing. 1 minute favor, yeah. Better help us out right here. Otherwise we're fucked AF. I stuck to my plan. It's all one can do in life. I would like to see NQ. Oh, alright. Oh gosh, we're so cooked. We're so cooked. We're so cooked. For fuck's sake, I really liked longs out of my fib projection. SMT gods, please save us. I need more water, but now is just not a good time, I feel. All we got left is an SMT on the 1 minute time frame and a dream. I'm not reading the chat on purpose because you guys hurt my feelings. I can see it going and I'm not reading it on purpose. I'm ignoring you on purpose. Hope you know that. .618 on NQ and this 1 minute SMT and a dream. That's all we got left. That's all we've got left in the tank for today. Do I still have my copy trader up? No. I don't know why it doesn't say we have any trades open though, because we definitely do. Hello? Oh, that's why. There you go. Hope that helps. You know what we gotta do? We gotta invert this goddamn fair value gap. As Instagram may say. Well, we got 8:30. I'm scared for 8:30. I'm scared for this. I'm scared for this candle. I'm scared for my life. Yeah. All right. Not a lick of green. I think that was fucking solid. I was happy with that. But clearly not. What a shit week of trading. We come into here now and push out, I'm gonna cry. But I'm not an emotional trader, but I will cry. I'm gonna go fill my water bottle right now. I'll be back. I promise I'm not like going to cry. I'm just really thirsty. Dang it. What? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why am I down that much? Did I over risk? Fuck. I didn't mean to risk that much. No, I didn't mean to risk that much. I'm really sad. Oh well. That's life. That's life. I went to cry, for real. I use TradeSyncer rather than just Tradeovate because you can't copy trade off multiple prop firms with Tradeovate. Let me put minis back up. Two break-evens and a loss. What a fucking day to be alive. Sending emotional support. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, alright, say it twice. Alright. Alright, no need for that. That's just mean. I feel like I have my usual energy. I don't know, today, maybe not. No. I feel fine. Like, mentally, like, I don't think I'm on tilt. All the trades that I've taken have been okay, but I have, especially yesterday, I identified that my narrative was just not there yesterday, which caused me to take a loss. I think this makes sense. Higher time frame to me looks bullish. And this lines up with my model, but I don't know, maybe it is external factors that I'm not even like realizing, but that's something I'll have to reflect on in my own time. But even after the fact, I've been reflecting on the trades and I've felt like they're pretty good trades. I'm probably done for today, yeah. I know myself mentally when I'm like in a good space to still trade evals after a loss, and when I'm not. Like, just because it's an eval doesn't mean that I'm just gonna take like bullshit trades when I don't feel that great. And like, I don't know. I just got the most bullshit WhatsApp message ever. Sorry. Aw, Andrew, you're the fucking goat. Every day without fail, you're the goat. I appreciate you. It'll tell you the trend is clearly bullish. Bro, what do you think I just tried to do? What does it look like I just tried to do? Yeah, Andrew, you can have some extra entries into the giveaway I'll do today. I don't think I've been lower energy this week, but I think it's hard coming from a 10 trade green streak to then 3 losses in a row. I think it's pretty tough on the mental, I would say, especially when you're streaming. Like, streaming introduces a whole new avenue of like psychology issues that you have to overcome, because I have to read messages like while dealing with 3 losses after a 10 trade win streak. I also have to deal with reading the chat saying, oh, just like reverse your position on her and you'll be profitable. Like, I have to read that at the same time as dealing with trading psychology anyway, you know? Like, streaming's hard. But this week has been tough for me. I think July PA I found last year particularly tough too. I mean, the first week of July, it was great. But this week, I've been struggling a little bit, but that's okay. I understand that ICT advises specifically against sharing your learning journey on social media, but I also understand that this is probably the reason why I trade reversals. I'm very stubborn. I like doing the complete opposite of what people tell me to do. So this is why I like reversals. I like trading against the trend. That's just what feels more comfortable to me than taking continuations. I see major areas of resistance, -2.5 and -4. Yeah, August is going to be even worse, but I'm actually away for like 2 weeks of August, thankfully. So I think we are accumulating right now, and we could manipulate into this area and then distribute. That's what I am thinking. Let's see the higher time frame, what that looks like right now. Fully accumulation. Yeah, I didn't do great last July and August. I think I remember struggling trading. Yeah. So, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I think although having a reversal model is great, for example, yesterday, I'm going to talk to you about yesterday, and this is what I've learned about my trading from yesterday. I will reflect on my trade from today later and figure out, okay, what went wrong? How could this have been avoided? What can I learn so that I can avoid losses like this in the future? That type of thing. But I can't do that right now. I think you have to let the loss settle a little bit, let your mental state come back to normal. Obviously, taking a loss, like, that spikes your cortisol. That is a hormonal thing that I cannot avoid. That just happens. Like, that is natural biology that has been passed down from survival instincts, right? So this is what you have to think with your trading psychology. If you're beating yourself up for feeling a certain type of way after a loss, that's not the right way to go about it. You have to remind yourself, I feel this certain type of way because of my hormones, which have been passed down through generations due to survival instincts in the caveman times. That is why I feel the way I feel. But I understand that I am safe. I don't need to be in fight or flight. Nothing went wrong. I lost $300 on my funded account. I'll be okay. I'm going to come back, look at this later. How can I improve from this loss? What did I do wrong, if anything? Was this just part of the probabilities and this week hasn't been great for my model? How can I improve my model so that I can trade all types of conditions, right? Because I'm very good when conditions, when we have like a pre-market reversal, a New York expansion, I'm very great in those conditions. But if those conditions are not going to happen, then I find it tough. I mean, I did understand that we were bearish from here. We put in S&T after a London high sweep into a 4-hour bearish gap. I understood we were bearish. I tried to short. I got break even twice, which tells me PA probably isn't the best anyway, because I played my model to the T that I have traded many, many times, and it didn't play out. I got break even twice. So that's already giving me a warning sign. Okay, PA is not the best for my strategy today. So I just want to understand, do I need to learn more, so that I can trade all types of conditions, or do I just need to understand better when to stay out? I think that's the main thing. But one thing I will say I've had a bit of a hard time with is coming to terms with the fact that maybe there will be 1 week where I will stream about 4 days and I won't get a trade on any of those days. That is something I'm finding hard to come to terms with, mainly because like people are here to watch me and I feel I have an obligation to entertain, which I shouldn't feel like that, but that is just a natural feeling that I have. Like if I look at the side and I have 400 people watching me, it's hard to not feel pressured to like show and take a trade, right? Especially because I know the comments I'll get. So that's something that I'm like learning to ignore for sure. And I just want to understand whether I do need to study more and understand whether I could create some sort of model for alternate conditions which don't favor my current model very well, or whether I just need to learn to stay out. That's something I need to determine in my own time and definitely spend time on. But that's true, to be honest. Like I should have come into this week. I think it was hard because I came into the week on such a high. I'd had such a big green streak that I've never experienced before. I came into the week on such a high. So I wasn't in the mindset of saying, okay, we're in July. July typically has bad price action along with August. I need to be careful. I need to really see a great setup to want to take a trade. I need price to be shouting at me, take this, for me to take something. And I did not come into the week with that mindset, unfortunately. Damn. Where have I got the low of this from? I have no idea. Guys, are we seeing this right now? I want to take this on an eval, but I feel like I shouldn't. Just purely because of my emotions right now, I feel like I shouldn't, but that is a really nice reaction out of this on NQ. We'll see whether it plays. If this plays out, at least I know my trade idea was correct. Didn't have the correct entry model today, which is fine. I personally saw the higher time frame as bullish, so you can say it's an easily avoidable loss because the 1 hour and the 4 hour clearly has bearish flow, but in my opinion, the 1 hour and the 4 hour look bullish. I'm gonna forward test this just out of interest. So that would have been my entry right there. Hello? Why is my... Oh, it's because my keyboard is not... I was like, why is my control button not working right now? There you go. Yeah, that would have been my entry on the reprice to 0.5. Stop loss 1 point below the low. My break-even point is right there. So I'd be break-even right now on this trade. And see whether it plays out. Or not. Or not. Dang. I lost 1,000 on one of the fundeds because it's an Apex 250k, so I increased my risk on that because I have way more drawdown. Na, na, na. Na, na, na. Looks like I would have got break even anyways. All right, I would have got break even on it anyways, so that's okay. That's okay. Da-da, 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 da-da. I recommend you to make a course of P&L to learn how to manage your emotions. How is a course of P&L gonna have anything to do with my emotions again? What do you mean, how often? I'm definitely not going to be taking any more trades for the day, that's for sure. So I'm going to hop off stream, I think, go for a little walk, enjoy my Friday, live life. Been a tough week of trading for sure, but I feel like it was kind of bound to come after such a long green streak. I've never experienced a crazy green streak like that, so it's like a new experience for my emotions to then overcome. But I'm grateful that it's happened, because if you don't experience it, then you can't learn from it, and I'm experiencing it and learning from it. So far in my reflection of trades, I don't feel like I've taken any bad trades. I feel like maybe I need better higher time frame narrative to some of them, like the one yesterday. Actually, I said I wanted to show you. I do want to show you. So yesterday, I kept trying to, oh gosh, this is a lot. I kept trying to chase the reversal after this London low sweep. That's what I was doing the whole of pre-market, and that's where I got pretty hurt. But if I had seen this higher time frame narrative on NQ, let me just show you. Where is it? Right here. So this is Wednesday's. This is Wednesday's Asia session. We can see we put in a D2 candle closure on the 4-hour during Asia session, which to me is an indication of, okay, we have put the high of the day in during Asia session. We also have a lot of sell side below us, so it makes sense on why we would be bearish, and we're already bearish anyway. You know, we're in a downtrend. And then if I drop to the 1 hour, this is what I also noted. Where am I? Where am here. Yeah. So, and then we also put in 1 hour change in the state of delivery too. So this is before that London low sweep. So seeing both of those things, I should have been able to understand, if I had the proper higher time frame narrative, that that Asia high that we put in right here was going to be the high of the day, and it was actually the high of the day. So knowing that, I wouldn't have tried to catch any kind of reversal, because I would have understood that the reversal is unlikely if we put in the high of day. Right there. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean when I just need to get better at that. That's something that I haven't put too much effort into understanding properly. But now that I look back and I reflect, I'm like, okay, that makes sense why it didn't play out. So yeah. But I mean, we did get some kind of reversal here into market open, but I don't know. I feel like on these type of days, it's better to just trade with the trend, understand where the draw on liquidity is, and try and catch some sort of continuation trade rather than just try and catch the bottom, which is going to be way more risky. Like, I could have caught some sort of continuation to rebalance right here. Even stop loss at the high of this fair value gap and tried to target like lunch. Hello. What? Why are we at 10,000 price? What the heck is going on? That's so strange. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, and tried to catch some sort of continuation, like down to lunch low or something. I feel like that's nice. Or even the consequent encouragement of the daily wick, which is what I was trying to take a trade from and ended up getting stopped out, unfortunately. So yeah, that's something I'm going to work on for sure. I'm always trying to improve and get better. I'm aware I'm not the best trader that I can be, but it's just a case of market experience, because you only learn where your flaws are from actually making the mistakes in the first place. So I just take every loss as a lesson, and I think that's the best way to keep your head like straight and away from like beating myself up. Like, it's 3 losses, I can get over it. I've gone through worse. My June stats, like, if I can get through June 2026 of my trading, I can get through anything. Yeah. I trade you 2 times, I got lost. Well, you shouldn't be copying my trades, as I say about 3 million times. Why would you come on YouTube and copy someone's trades? That's really silly. That's hella silly. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hop off the stream. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I really appreciate you for being here, giving me advice, all that jazz. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm gonna try and spend the weekend sort of resetting for the trading week next week. I'm gonna be going into next week super cautious, as the price action this week has been pretty tough for my strategy personally. So I'm gonna be doing some reflection, a little bit of studying, nothing too major. I feel like putting yourself through loads of studying of charts after a loss is just not a good idea. So I'm going to do a light bit of study, and just try and reset for Monday, come back stronger, be super cautious, because July and August are notoriously bad. So yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. See you next week.